Hey, mamas, welcome back to another Monday Mindset episode. And this week is a little reminder that you are capable, you are worthy, you are absolutely strong enough to build the life you dream of. And today we're breaking down a quote I actually heard at work. One of my colleagues said it on a town hall, and it really hit hard because if I'm being honest, it's one of those uncomfortable truths that we all need to hear, and it can be applied to every single thing in our lives, our actions, our thoughts, our relationships. And here is the quote. Whatever you are not changing, you are choosing. Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life's weekly empowering episode of Monday's Motivational Mindset. And you know what that means. It's time to kickstart your week with a boost of inspiration, positivity, and a full lot of motivation. Working moms, I get it. Mondays can be tough. We all know that. But they're also a chance for a fresh start, a new opportunity, and the perfect day to set the tone for a successful week ahead. I'm Carrie Pat, your host and fellow working mom. Every week, I'll be sharing a motivational quote and we'll break it down, share stories, and uncover the wisdom it holds for our unique journey as working moms. So whether you're getting ready for work, making those school lunches, or just enjoying a quiet moment alone, let's dive into this week's dose of motivation. Let's make this Monday count. Today's quote is, whatever you are not changing, you are choosing. Ugh, let that one sink in. That job you hate, that cluttered home that stresses you out, the clothes that no longer fit you, the savings account that isn't growing, that business you keep saying you want to start, but you haven't taken a single step towards. If you're not actively changing it, you are, in some way, actually choosing it. And I know it's easy to argue, but I don't want this. I didn't choose the situation. But here's the thing. Not making a change is making a choice. It's choosing comfort over growth, fear over faith, excuses over taking action. And I say this with so much love because I have been there. And honestly, in some areas of my life, I'm still there. So today we're going to talk about why we stay stuck even when we desperately want that change, how to shift from choosing that comfort zone to choosing growth, and one small step you can take today to start shifting out of that stuck feeling. Change is hard. Even when we hate where we are, even when we dream of that better life, change still feels very risky. And the human brain, it loves safety, it loves predictability. So when you think about taking that leap, starting that business, setting that boundary, getting serious about your health, your brain goes into that danger mode. It spits out those what if negative thoughts. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm not good enough? And so you don't take action. You tell yourself you'll start when things settle down, when you have more time, when the kids are older, when you feel more ready. And before you know it, a year has passed, and then another, and then another. So I want you to ask yourself, if nothing changed for the next 5 years, would you really be okay with that? Really take a second to think about that. And if the answer is no, then it's time to get uncomfortable. And I'm all here for it. I'm right there with you. And it starts with changing that mindset. Change those what ifs to a positive. What if I'm successful? What if people are happy for me? What if I'm great at it and it makes me happy? So you need to move away from that comfort to an area of growth. If you're choosing comfort right now, you are also choosing to stay exactly where you are. That's the trade off. And if you don't like where you are, then staying there should feel more uncomfortable than the idea of taking that risk. So, how do I start moving towards growth? First, you make the decision. The fear of staying the same is way bigger than the fear of change. You decide that you are done waiting. You commit to one small action. You own the fact that this is your life and no one is going to change it for you. You have that power. And change doesn't have to be drastic. You don't have to quit your job overnight, launch a 6-figure business in a month, because it won't happen, or suddenly become a different person. You just need to take that one step in the right direction of the life you actually want. You want to start a side hustle? Research one business idea today, or listen to my podcast series with Allison Reynolds. I will link it in the show note. It's all about starting that side hustle. Are you overwhelmed at work? Set that one boundary. Grab my Boundaries Made Simple freebie. That's also linked in the show notes. Look at all these things I got for you. If you feel like you're out of control with your time, then plan one intentional hour for yourself this week. That's all it takes. And here's the secret. Action builds confidence, not the other way around. If you're waiting to feel ready before you start, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be waiting forever. So I really want you to understand that this is your life and you deserve more than just going through the motions. So this week, my challenge for you mamas is identify one thing that you're done choosing. And what's one step you can make towards change. I'd love to help keep you accountable. You can head on over to our Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms, or hit me a DM on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life and tell me what you're committing to this week. I really want to cheer you on. If this episode hit home, I would love if you shared it with a friend or take a screenshot and tag me on Instagrams, put it in your stories. And if you haven't yet, go grab my Boundaries Made Simple freebie. It'll help you set clear, loving limits so you can stop choosing chaos and start choosing peace. The link is in the show notes. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat. Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it on your Instagram stories and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life or come on over and hang out in our free Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.